But what I have found, successful people are willing to learn. They're willing to open their minds. They're willing to get out of the comfort zone that everybody talks about. Get out of your comfort zone. Nobody likes to get out of their comfort zone. If you do, you're a fucking nut job. Nobody likes getting out of the comfort zone. However, getting out of your comfort zone opens opportunities. Let me say that again. Nobody fucking likes getting out of their comfort zone. However, if you do, opportunity happens. Plain and simple.
This is the Alden Report.
Today's episode is brought to you in part by Wicked Happy. The way you live your life depends on your outlook, and theirs is simple. Be Wicked Happy. Wicked Happy provides you with apparel to make you smile. So if you want to be wicked happy and you want to look wicked cool, then visit wickedhappy.com, and at checkout, enter in the code RADIO for an additional 15% off your entire order. Again, visit wickedhappy.com, apparel to make you smile.
This is the Alden Report.
All right, my name is Mike Alden. We are here in Blue Bay Studios. Just got out of the gym. The hair looks a little wet. Definitely need a haircut. The beard growing in. Got the grays coming in. We got the backdrop that's looking pretty dope. I still need to work on a little bit above my head. There's some wrinkles, and we get this purple thing over here. But I still think it's starting to look pretty cool. You know, perfection is something that I'm always chasing, but I most likely will never get there. Again, and listen, if you like this podcast, if you feel as though that this podcast has added value to you throughout the years, I'd like for you to like, subscribe, share, rate, do all that stuff on iTunes, on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts. We've been at this for 7 years, and we want to continue to do it. And if you are watching or listening right now, you know that we're doing some fun contests each and every podcast. You know, from giving away things like silver to gift cards to Apple Watches and things like that. So, you know, I actually posted about this on Facebook. Convincing, right? Convincing people. I have wasted so much of my time trying to convince people, usually friends, family, neighbors, etc., of an opportunity, right? And why? Like, why am I trying to convince people? One, because I care about people, and two, because I see opportunity. You know, one of the first things that I tried to convince people about was Bitcoin back in 2014. You listen, I'm not an early adopter of Bitcoin, but I did know about it a lot earlier than most people. And, you know, I saw the opportunity in Bitcoin. I saw the opportunity in cryptocurrency. And, you know, I let the world know about it, especially my friends, relatives, and neighbors, right, on Facebook or what have you. And some people listened and some people didn't. But the people that didn't listen, the people that needed to be convinced, are the ones now that are saying, man, I should have just listened, you know. But the thing about it is that we don't like being sold, right? And we don't like being convinced of something. And the reason, there's a couple different reasons why. One of the biggest reasons why people don't like being convinced or can't be convinced, because they are fearful. They are fearful of the unknown. They are fearful of not recognizing or not being able to understand that they can understand it. And they're fearful because they're afraid of looking stupid, right? We all have that. So you don't understand it, therefore you don't do it. Now, let's talk about present day, okay? The metaverse. You know, if you're not paying attention in the metaverse, then you'll just get left behind. It is May 9th. Monday, May 9th, 2022. You go back and listen to this. If you don't pay attention to the metaverse, you'll get left behind. Here's another thing if you don't pay attention to. If you don't pay attention to NFTs, you'll get left behind. Do you need to be an NFT investor? No. Do you need to be a metaverse innovator or programmer? No. But you need to understand it, because this is where the world is going. I'm not going to convince you. Because I have found over the 40 plus years on this planet that I have spent too much time convincing people who are unable to be convinced. They're unable to be convinced, again, for one or two reasons. One is they are fearful. They don't understand it, so they resist, and it's almost impossible to break that wall down. right? It's almost impossible to break that wall down. The other part is it just whatever we're talking about just really goes against one's own core values, right? They just don't believe in it. Maybe it's a religious thing, it's a cultural thing, or what have you, and it's impossible to convince them. You'll never convince somebody who has been brought up in a cultural scenario that just is not conducive or is not responding to whatever it is you're trying to convince them of. And you should be able to identify that pretty quick, right? It's also a great excuse for you, for those of you who don't want to be convinced of anything. You just say, well, it's against my religious beliefs, so therefore I'm out. Okay, it's really pretty easy to do, if you want an out, right? Sales guys like me, though, it's pretty obvious what you're doing. But, if that's it, if you want out, that's okay. But what I have found that it's just really not a great use of your time as a sales professional to try and convince people. You talk about your product or your service and the benefits of the product and service that you're offering, and you touch upon pain points, and you do all the things that you do in sales, and you show them how great your product is, and you show them your reviews, maybe even try to do some takeaway closes or use some sort of sales techniques, right? There's so many sales techniques out there. But if someone really needs to be convinced, then you're wasting your time. You're absolutely wasting your time. And what I have found is when I stopped trying to convince people, things just got easier. You're either into it or you're not. You either believe me or you don't. You either trust me or you don't. You either like the product or you don't. It's that simple. And I'm not going to convince you. I'm not going to convince anybody anymore about anything. You get into the older demographic that are just stuck in their ways. It is 100% impossible. But here's another thing that I realized. The successful people in life, right? They're able to open their minds a little bit, even if they don't understand it. They're able to open their minds and say, you know what? I'm going to learn about this. I'm going to try and understand this. And when they do, then they don't no longer have to be convinced. So you can educate people, but your process of educating people may be a part of just the whole convincing part. But what I have found, successful people are willing to learn. They're willing to open their minds. They're willing to get out of the comfort zone that everybody talks about. Get out of your comfort zone. Nobody likes to get out of their comfort zone. If you do, you're a fucking nut job. Nobody likes getting out of their comfort zone. However, getting out of your comfort zone opens opportunities. Let me say that again. Nobody fucking likes getting out of their comfort zone. However, if you do, opportunity happens. Plain and simple, right? Get out of your comfort zone and you will find opportunities. That's just the way the world works. And so it's along the same lines as convincing, right? Open up your mind to new opportunities, to new ideas, to new experiences, and you'll no longer have to be convinced. You'll no longer have to be convinced, and your life will change in a positive way. Trust me when I tell you that. Go back to cryptocurrency. I'm a practitioner of transcendental meditation. You know how many times people tell me that TM is a religion or it's a cult or it's something weird? Okay, cool. I'm not fucking convincing you. I'm not convincing you, right? I read the studies about transcendental meditation. I looked at the research about transcendental meditation. I knew that I needed something, and I convinced myself based off of the education that they provided, right? I'm not going to convince you about TM. A lot of people now are kind of into meditation. Good. I'm glad that people are. I've been doing it, since 2014, maybe even earlier than that. Again, not an early adapter or adopter or any of that stuff. I opened up my mind to the opportunity to heal myself of certain challenges that I was dealing with, mainly anxiety and insomnia. And I found the TM worked for me. And I did tell people about it. I wanted people to know about it. And the other thing recently that I've kind of screamed about from the rooftops is the app called Clubhouse, right? I got on Clubhouse about a year and a half ago. It's changed my life. The access it grants to people is just remarkable. It's changing as the app evolves, and some good, some bad. But when I first got on it and I realized that I could connect with some of the most influential people in the world for free, and I could learn from experts for free, and I could be educated for free, and I could even potentially build a business for free, I decided, you know what? I'm going to open up my mind. I'm going to get on Clubhouse and I'm going to learn about it. You know, I've also been on Green Room and I've been on Twitter Spaces and others. And you know what? Clubhouse just seems to click with me. But the audio only aspect of it is really, really beautiful. Obviously, I'm here on audio and in video, but I didn't need much convincing because I'm able to open my mind because I'm okay with not understanding stuff. Like, I don't understand Discord at all. No one's been able to explain it to me, but I'm open-minded about it. I don't understand Reddit. I just don't like the layout of it. You know, and look, sometimes things just don't connect with you, and that's okay. You know, Quora, same thing. I don't get it, but Discord, I really don't get it. I mean, I have a Discord channel just because I feel like I had to have one. I don't get it. Someone convince me. If you made it this far, convince me on why Discord is cool, right? Because I'm open to being convinced. I'm open to learning, right? I don't get it. I'll admit that I don't get it. In the comments, send me a DM, wherever you're listening to this. Show me why Discord is important and why I should be there, because my mind is open. I want to learn about it. So again, if you need to be convinced, or if you're convincing somebody, you're probably wasting your time. My name is Mike Alden. This is been another edition of the Alden Report. We are right here in Blue Bay Studios again. We got some fun things going on. We got the lights in the background. We got the purple light up there. I'm rocking the 99-cent glasses. We got new lighting over here. We got all sorts of new stuff going on. As you can tell, I'm a little bit more amped up, and that's okay. But yeah, again, I want to thank you for being here. By the way, we're going to bring on maybe some more guests. We might even have some co-hosts. We're going to do some fun stuff. So again, I'd ask for you to like, subscribe, share, rate, comment, do all that stuff, please. Yeah, my name is Mike Alden. This is the Alden Report, and we'll see you soon.
Today's episode is brought to you in part by Wicked Happy. The way you live your life depends on your outlook, and theirs is simple. Be wicked happy. Wicked Happy provides you with apparel to make you smile. So if you want to be wicked happy and you want to look wicked cool, then visit wickedhappy.com, and at checkout, enter in the code RADIO for an additional 15% off your entire order. Again, visit wickedhappy.com, apparel to make you smile.